All right, everybody. Hello, Speed Gaming. We are here once again with an exciting match in this map rando tourney. We have Paf versus Emmett. This is losers round 5, I believe. I could be wrong about that, sorry. But we're still in the gold bracket, but this is elimination match for one of these players. Two fantastic players. And yeah, starting off here is random objectives. I am V2 Nitro, and I am currently not joined by WXFan quite yet. He may be running late. I do apologize to everyone who was expecting our favorite commentator here. But yeah, they'll be starting here just shortly. And for our bans in this random objectives, both players get one ban and one pick. Paf has chosen to ban Batoon, and Imit, the Acid Chozo, I think has been the regular bans for both of these players. And for our picks, we have Ridley and GT. So Heat is going to be an important factor in this seed, either finding as many tanks as they can or Varia. And off we go in Norfair here. Business Center start. We saw a map decently far away. Probably can't do anything with that yet. Ooh, Plasma Pirates right away. Just a missile though, so likely won't need to worry about that. We also saw Main Street all to the left of Business Center, which is pretty common layout here. So perhaps we could expect an early gravity suit. And a whole lot of nothing doable yet, so up the elevator they go. And we'll get our first item. This probably should just be gravity suit, I would expect, or morph. Or oh yes, they had access to the Main Street item first. So could see grav, could see power bombs to get the item in Gauntlet instead. And I don't believe either of these players paused to check the other objectives. If they did, I didn't see it. And we do have power bombs. See if either of these players can get the one cycle on this crab. If you're really quick with your shots, you can kill him before he reaches you, which does save several seconds actually. Oh, nice. Emmett does get it. Gonna take a quick save here. It makes sense. It's very easy to just die in Gauntlet if you're not super careful with it. Yeah, expect both of them to do this. And yep, and that's why you save. It is make one missed jump and you are pretty much instantly dead. So a quick little lead change because of that, but they're still neck and neck here. Since they both had the save, you could choose to just check this door right away while you're here. The supers indicates that the seed wants them to go back to top right of the elevator room. It would be a bit too much of a risk. Ooh, they both, oh, Emmett taking that death. That is a rough one. Paf only on 3 energy as well. This is, he cannot take even a frame of acid damage here. He needs to be so careful. Alright, he should be out. Oh no, Paf does need these supers, unfortunately. You really would like to be full supers going through here. Oh, there was this super door here as well, so this could be it. Ah, yeah, that looks good. That's quite nice for them, that they don't have to go through the super blocks. Not yet, at least. High jump boots. Interesting. Alright, Pop gonna try and get some power bombs back. It does get one drop, that's good. And imyt is also out safely here. Mama Turtle. imyt wants to farm power bombs here off the crab. That's just that is smart. You don't know what's coming up next, so having these power bombs could be helpful. Unfortunately, it's not going to really matter in this case, but I think that was a good heads up play. Puff, Mama Turtle, again, always gotta be careful. This is not a friendly early game, I must say. This is quite a difficult seed to navigate just right off the bat. Compared to what you normally see in hard settings. This is pretty much all the worst things it can throw at you. And yeah, we did see grab there, but they actually, well, he could grab it. There's a few ways he could grab it with a horizontal powerbomb bounce, but it is, it's not the hardest thing in the world, but if you're not really practiced at it, it can be quite difficult. And there's also like some insane CWJ with high jump, but nobody's doing that, so we'll see. I don't know. I honestly don't know if imyt would know the powerbomb bounce or not. We'll see if he goes for it. And there's speed. That would let them go get their grab. Yeah, a little head shake from imyt. Knows that he probably cannot get the... Oh, he's gotta get a little lucky here. Okay, he's fine. So funnily enough, if you had come up here first, like I expected they would have to. They didn't have to, but if you had come up here first, there would have been a pretty large time save getting speed before going over there. You can get it with only high jump from the left side, but it is very difficult. It's a very precise CWJ. And the other method being a powerbomb bounce off the wall jump is a lot more reasonable, but also quite difficult itself. So both players sort of just following each other in this early game, which makes sense. imyt just down the death pretty much. Poff also took a death, but it was much quicker, whereas imyt's was quite a bit more costly. Yeah, imyt getting trolled by these bugs. Wants to get his supers up. Not getting great RNG, unfortunately. Alright, meanwhile, Path going to be showing us some new things. That's X-ray, it looked like. Not amazingly useful, but you do want to grab it, of course. Yeah, we have the map way off to the left. Oh, we see Spore Spawn in, was that Metroid Room 3? I think that said. So two, like, sort of what you can think of as, like, nothing objectives. Like, you can do them as soon as you find them, usually. But yeah, still... As long as Ridley is required, you've pretty much got to play the seed how you normally would. Though, importantly, we don't usually see this, but this does mean Phantoon is not required in the seed, which could have some ripple effects here. Yeah, this map was way off to the left here. Yeah, imyt having a bit of trouble with this, but does get his gravity now. Found a convenient double refill. Refills do like to be here, and they are very nice when they are. Because you're always a little bit scared of this room. You know, if you mess up the jump a couple times, you're suddenly down all of your health. Ooh, and this is also not a room you love to see. So hopefully, ooh, that's no good. Yeah, I'm sure Puff saved after coming back before going down Main Street, but that save is a decent ways back at this point. Yeah, probably wants to take this refill and then you check this top right door, I guess. Or you have a few more ways to go. You can probably go bottom left of ice skates here, and that'll probably... Well, I mean, it should, in theory, connect back to Key Hunter Stairs eventually, but maybe there's something else along the way. Ooh. I mean, you can check this item. It's a little scary. Yeah, this is a very rough situation, though, for sure. Yeah, it looks like Paf is going to want to check this top right door now. You're kind of just hoping for anything at all. Probably, yeah, wants to just farm a little more health. Yeah, we'll see if imyt can make any bold plays here, perhaps, to get some time back. This is a big blinder so far. Map is nowhere in sight. Okay, so Paf does just want to keep continuing forward, which I think is totally fair. You need to use your health for something. You may as well go forward. And that is a reward at the end of the tunnel here. That is exactly what you want to see. And it looks like the map should be here, based on what we just saw on imyt's side. It could be Fantoon. They did just get a missile. And yeah, with that E-Tank now... Oh no, the map is actually not quite connected to Big Pink. So definitely not Fantoon. I'd probably check that while you're in that room, but it's not a huge deal. All right, our first map here, it was a major, 2 majors, 3 majors at least. And we did see Ridley as well. That's pretty huge. I didn't get to see much more of the map, but we saw at least 3 majors and Ridley. It was imyt that picked Ridley. And that major is also not blocked by Ridley, so that's good. You can get every major here. Yeah, this could get really interesting. If they happen to get Varia in charge, but no beam, it'll be really interesting to see how they want to handle this. There's Wave. That is a very good item. Especially when you can get it early like this. And that's charge. Okay. If one of these items is Varia, that would be hugely convenient for them. Oh, Palf does need to farm power bombs. And wow, okay, he got lucky immediately. That's awfully nice. Oh, and it's just a power bomb farm here too, so that fixes all your worries for power bombs at least. I think there was at least one. Yeah, I think that door is a power bomb door. So yeah, Paf kind of getting bailed out a little bit there. This could have been a really, really bad spot for Paf if that wasn't a power bomb refill. Alright, Imyt, we see Brinstar and Torian on Imyt's side. Oh, and a far major top right. Interesting. I also completely missed what Paf just picked up. Spring Ball, perhaps? Nice. Alright. Yeah, we'll see if either of them want to go for this far major. The zones are also pretty split apart. I didn't quite see if they had a good pivot save here in Big Pink either. I don't think they do. I feel like we've seen all these doors. So a pretty awkward situation and another powerbomb door. Yeah, it looks like Imyt wants to go for this far major first, which I don't completely hate. Imyt wanting to set up for a full halfie here. See if he... Not quite. Didn't quite get the charge there. Yeah, it sort of makes sense to go for this first. If you're definitely going to go for all of them, then you may as well do everything in one pass. Which would mean coming here quickly. Okay, Paf gonna decide to just kill all these guys. Doesn't know he has a powerbomb farm in the worst case scenario, so... Wow, what are the odds of a PB from a Bouillon? I did not even know that was possible. Maybe that's common, I have no idea. Usually, you just don't kill Bouillons. And yeah, just Phaser, so... Nothing great, but both runners did come here, so... Not too much gained or lost here. And yeah, the real question will be... Do we go to Torian or do we go to Brinstar? I expect they'll both go to Torian. It's further isolated, and it wasn't through Key Hunter Stairs. So I expect they probably will both want to do that first. There's a C entrance as well. I did not see that, so perhaps that is in a good spot. Was that up somewhere, perhaps? We'll see. I'm sure one of them will pause soon. Yes, indeed, it is up. Yeah. So they'll be going there first. Ooh, Imyt going for this E-Tank here. This is a pretty interesting play. If this is not an E-Tank, he's a big dead. So hopefully... Oh, no. He did just save. Okay, yeah. He's totally fine. That is pretty unfortunate that that wasn't a full E-Tank. I kind of like the play. I think that's a pretty good play, but unfortunately, yeah, really unlucky there to get third reserve. And we also have a nice pivot save for this criteria. And wreck ship main shaft. All right. And another farm map. That is water map, it looked like. Path not opting to check all the doors, at least. Just some of the doors. Didn't check the item, though. I think you probably checked this item. An E-tank, just a random E-tank, is pretty valuable. I think it's worth that check, even if it's a little slow. You don't even mind third missile pack at this point. But yeah, Paf is playing really quite aggressive, I must say, which I respect a lot. Paf is not holding back whatsoever. Imyt gets his spring ball. Sort of just doing things in the reverse order Paf did. Was, you know, a bit behind entering Big Pink. But unless Imyt goes somewhere else. Oh, hello. I am joined by Sineath. Welcome.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
I'm doing great. This match is off to a hot start. Oh, Criteria connects to Torian, so that's good. And we also see one of our objectives being Spore Spawn, it looked like.
So random objectives with Ridley, GT, Spore Spawn, and Metroid 3?
Yes, Metroid 3. Yes, and we have Ridley located already in this Norfair, right where they are in Big Pink, in a pretty central location too, between C, T, and B. Mm-hmm. So pretty much just will come down to how they route these zones and, you know, when can they kill Ridley. And where's Mother Brain is also, of course, a key factor. Okay, so Paf did not head to Spore Spawn. I didn't quite see... Is that up here?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the map yet to be able to tell you.
Yeah, I only saw it the once. Okay, he could just be going for this major first, which could make sense. Also, that is a pretty huge punish for not having checked that on the way in, unfortunately. Which, yeah, Imyt does do, as I think most players would do that. That's just Paf sort of trying to cut corners. You know, really trying to save all the time that he can. Oh yeah, and Spore Spawn was just up here. Yeah, I thought Spore Spawn was over on the right more, but no, this was correct. Everything he did.
So it looks like we're still looking for Varia. We're still looking for Ice. We have Speed, though, just in case there's a runway before Mother Brain.
Yeah, we're actually pretty close to all majors already at this point. They have gotten a lot of collection done pretty quickly. All right, yeah, we see T connector and nothing else in C, it looks like. And yeah, you can get to there. Look like it might have been somewhat one way, but you're almost definitely going to be fine with whatever is in T.
Right. Yeah, it looks like that's where Paf is going now, is towards T.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, T does loop back to a different end entrance further down as well. So this zone is likely to just like sort of be an isolated loop. Yeah, and you get you just saw on Imyt's side, there's a nice E-tank you can grab before the T entrance as well.
Let's pop this out so that I can see it.
Oh, and a save as well. Yeah, so really safe over here. It's like Paf doesn't want to grab this E-tank. I think you would have grabbed it before you saved, if you did. So he's probably just gonna...
Suit, he'll have enough to fight Mother Brain, but he is going to need to get more energy tanks if he doesn't find it.
Yeah, it's a bit aggressive. Like Paf is sort of playing for finding charge, or finding Varia. I mean, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, though with the save, like worst case scenario, if you have to reset all of T, you can grab the tank and leave out the way you came.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I think that's not likely just because they know it loops back the other way and in, but that is certainly something you could play for.
Looks like we had a quick reset back out of T. Going down the sand pit. Doesn't look like there was anything down there.
Yeah, he's trying to get to the map. The map is like directly below Aqueduct, so he's thinking it's probably like the butterfly room into the map, but it was on the other side, unfortunately. Yeah. So, oh, this is also not quite right.
Can't go this way.
Yeah, but either way, they should take him there. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the reset was probably slower than just flushing this out from the sand pit, but oh, well, oh, there's GT and 2 majors, which are going to be pretty good. Yeah, reset again. That probably makes sense. You sort of just want to get everything here now, I think. Yeah, unfortunate that I think he reset before he actually saw what this major was. Just bombs. Yeah, unfortunately. Paf, he's making a lot of like really quite aggressive plays, and he's unfortunately getting punished for almost all of them here. And none of these are like, you know, huge time losses or anything, but it's little things. And imyt is like steadily creeping back.
Are we already cheering on for a 3-game series?
Oh, of course. Yeah, these 2 players, like, this could absolutely go either way all 3 games. It is very difficult to pick a winner here. So I'd be surprised if we got anything else than all 3 games. Yeah, imyt also saving a little time here, doing a, you know, the safer play of exploring from the left, and it is going to end up saving time on what Paf did. Yeah, so what are... Okay, so Paf... Okay, yeah, into Bubble Mountain. We'll get a major, which is hopefully Varia, but either way, even if it's not Varia, if he can get a health refill, which could be a problem, you can do GT. Well, there is a tank in GT, so that's very unlikely to be the 4th reserve, I'd say. So you should be able to do GT just fine here.
Right, and we just found Ice Beam, so that's your Ice Skip, or Zeb Skip.
Yes, Ice is definitely very helpful, both for Zeb Skip, but also for GT and Ridley. Now, you're pretty close. Like, you pretty much just need your 6 tank in your go mode here. I'm not sure. Okay, there is a tank here. That makes sense. Yeah, now with your 6 tank here and a 7th tank in GT, this should be pretty safe to kill GT and kill Ridley right after. I think save before Ridley might be a bit of an issue. I don't know if there was a good save. There was the save and climb that they took before they went up into Criteria, but that might be a bit far. Ooh. I didn't actually quite get a good look at that, but I just saw on Pop's screen here, it looks like the loop back out of GT might be really bad. It should still be okay, I imagine. Like, this is...
We'll get there.
Yeah, this is a lot of energy. It's easy to, like, overestimate how much energy you actually need for GT. It really doesn't take as much as you think, especially with full beam.
Emmett's getting another energy tank, so yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and if they can get full, they will have a CF. So if Paf can just like farm a couple supers in the fight and then get GT drops, he'll be able to CF after the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, both of the runners are spooked by this a little bit, which is totally fair. So they're both going to play this really safe.
Yeah. All right, here goes Paf going into the GT fight.
Yeah, and really the best thing to do here is to just save this tank for after the fight. If you know that you can kill with plenty of energy left, which Paf does recognize and will do, which is good. He's standing a little far back here. You want to be standing quite a bit closer. But he's okay.
Oh, the screen went dark because of the reserve refill?
Yep. Okay, it is a full tank, so no disasters. One super short of the CF, so thankfully we have this refill.
So that leaves Ridley and Metroid 3 left over for Paf. Emmett still needs to grab the GT fight.
Yep. And I believe we're still missing several zones. I think we've only seen... Did we start in Norfair? Or was
Your
Norfair...
guess is as good as mine, because I came in 19 minutes in.
I know we haven't seen B, and I don't believe we've seen Rex Ship either. And maybe... Yeah, we either started in Meridia or we started in N, I'm not sure. But if we started in N, then we're also missing Meridia. And all of those zones should be off of the B entrance that we saw, I do believe. Okay, Emmett.
Emmett looks like he was trying to go for that refill first, but this is going to be a double reserve hit.
Okay, so he's going to be in an awkward spot now because GT is just... Okay, he managed to get GT back up against the wall. Everything's fine. Nothing to worry about, just... a little scuffed, but everything works out in the end. Yeah, there's plenty of HP to get out. All right. Yeah, there's a save bottom left big ping you could go for, which I think you probably should. Of course, it is tournament. You know, you want to go all out, so I would not blame either of these runners for just sending this fight. I expect Emmett will not save before Ridley. This is a lot of tanks. And Emmett is very confident in his ability to one-try Ridley. Off is definitely thinking about it. It looks like he's just going to go for it. All right. Hold for Paf.
Hold? This is a pretty dangerous fight on only 4 E-tanks and 3 reserve.
It is. I was watching. Paf was practicing this exact fight just before this race. So perhaps has a good amount of confidence here. Ooh, unfortunate swoop. Ooh, dodges the tail hit. That is great. Yeah, as long as you leave 100 in your reserves, at least. 99 is fine as well. Then, as long as you get grabbed before your reserves trigger, you are safe. No, unfortunate. Oh, just barely misses the tail grab. That is unfortunate. And I won't criticize Paf too much for that. Like, it's tournament, it's a big race. You know, you want to go all out. So going all the way, spending 40 seconds for a save feels like too much. But, Ridley is difficult. Even, like, it does not matter how good you are. I have watched Eddie and Oates and Emmett fail even fairly easy Ridleys. Easy by top player standards. Like, it is simply extremely difficult to guarantee you can one-try Ridley. But yeah, when the save is too far, like, it's just a rough situation. No real other way to put it. But Emmett still has to do this as well. Emmett does have quite a bit better resources going in than what Path had. 10 extra supers is a lot. Yeah, I think most players won't save here. Like, the save is a little too far. So, like, I do not blame either of them whatsoever. Especially in tournament, like, you just want to go all out. Yeah, and with all these extra supers, this fight is going to be very, very easy for Emmett. As long as we don't see any huge disaster. Yeah, super clean. Very well done. Yeah, and the seed is far from over. We're still missing several zones. There's a lot of ways the seed could go bad for either of them. Yeah, we see B, and yeah, we did start here and end. So yeah, we have 3 zones left. Only 1 objective and Mother Brain. It's not a situation you love to be in, because this could get very RNG, we'll say, real quick here.
So I looked away for a second. I see that Ridley is still not checked off for Path. Is that correct?
Yes. Because he died, he has to come back and do Ridley again.
Gotcha. So this is really Emmett's game to lose now.
Yes. Yeah, Emmett with it's not that huge of a lead. Like, Path did get back here quite quickly. He still has this difficult fight ahead of him, but I have faith that he can get it this time. Also, a little scary for Emmett. Did not have all the health for that hell run, but he did make it through and is fine. Ooh, Path taking the hit. Can still do this. Oh man, Ridley is just not. Oh no. Yeah, Path just taking the quick reset. I think he could have still done it. But yeah, that's just frustrating. It's frustrating for sure. He was getting some really unfortunate patterns from Ridley there. Ridley was not playing nice. All right, wow, another... Where even is this map? Okay, it's just here. Looks so Brinstar extends far bottom left here. Oh, and a blind into wreck ship instead of... How do you even get to that Bryn map then? That looked strange. Emmett must have missed a door then, probably. And, I mean, even with this huge setback, like, Path does still genuinely have a chance in this race with how this map could turn out here. Like, if Emmett gets sent on a crazy wild goose chase here, and Path can just get this Bryn map right away, then, you know, everything could turn around in an instant here.
Nothing wrong with getting a little more super missiles for Ridley on Path's side.
For sure. And yeah, this wreck ship is complete bust for Emmett, so this, you know, this random blind hit did not help him. It's possible... Yeah, it's pretty likely that you do that just looking at this map. Path will probably do that as well. It's pretty hard to go anywhere else. Yeah, map probably should just connect here. Oh, Ridley not turning around there. Oh, this is nice. Getting the grab from the right side. Well done, Path.
Gonna be a close fight still, though. Energy drop? Oh, man,
Yep.
the health bomb helping out.
Oh yeah. So for Ridley, as long as you have a full reserve, you're always fine. You'll always live.
Maybe the better runners always live. I don't always live.
You should, as long as the reserve is full. And well, I think if you, I don't know, I couldn't tell you if you're like standing on the platform, maybe you don't pick up health drops. But if you just like jump into them, you should usually always pick up some health. We do have Fantoon here. Oh. If Path wants to really get cheeky here, you could try to skip this map. I wouldn't advise it, especially not with microwave and all that. It's very unlikely to save you time to skip Fantoon. Imyt did pick Ridley, yes. Question in chat. Imyt picked Ridley and Path picked GT. Yeah, the Ridley pick definitely working out for Imyt there. Finally, I would say the GT pick also helped Path too. I think Imyt went further out of his way to prepare for GT originally. So sort of both runners' picks sort of saving them time in the seed. But yeah, the death to Ridley being a little more impactful.
There's a Fantoon dead. One space ghost in the coffin. Don't ask me how a ghost goes into a coffin. Just, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, yeah, M all the way down the tube. So we'll see if Imyt wants to go for these. It looks like no, Imyt. I mean, you're done with the seed. I don't know what I'm thinking. Don't listen to me. We don't care about getting Varia anymore. We saw pretty much all the heat rooms, especially with Lava Dive right there. There's like nothing you could ever care to need Varia for. So even though that major at the ship was pretty close, yeah, it's just not worth. And yeah, as we expected, Path is going to hit wreck ship here as well. Ooh, an insta map in Meridia, and this should be the end of the seed here. So it's really just Imyt's race to lose now. You do have to go through Kraid, which is fun, I guess.
Easy fight. Easy.
Oh, it looks like Path actually did skip wreck ship, it looks like. That will save him time. It's not going to be enough here, unfortunately, but that is a very aggressive play. No, that's totally fair to just bail on wreck ship. Wreck ship notoriously empty. Often. And it was in this seed as well. Imyt. Barely alive here, but still alive.
Hey, barely alive is better than dead.
That is very true. All you need is one energy. Anything more it's just extra.
Some people, when they perfect pause, can do the 0 energy and still live.
That's true as well, yeah. Sometimes even one is more than you need.
Nice refill here at the Ridley tank.
Yeah, so just through Kraid, up to West Ocean where M3 is hiding, and then quick Mother Brain escape. Well, looks like it might not be a super quick escape, but should be a relatively simple one at least. Yeah, Emmett will probably need to farm a little bit, but the Metroid should probably give him enough supers. The worst thing that can happen now is accidental zombie crate, but that's not going to happen. So we are all good.
You mean we don't need more ghosts in this seed?
No. Well, let's try not to at least. I think you can probably grab that super. I mean, you have full beam, but supers are good, you know? It only takes a second to grab. But that's a minor thing. Unless Emmett catastrophically messes up his ammo and then regrets missing that super, but I won't wish that upon him.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's Varia. Emmett saying peace to that Varia. Doesn't need it.
Yeah, we've already killed the bosses that we would have needed it for. We have plenty of energy for a variolous rainbow beam.
Yeah, it would be the ultimate ego check if he somehow died here, you know, but I'm sure that won't happen.
Hey, it could happen. You never know.
Yeah, Emmett did also have just enough ammo here. He had 15-4.
Even if Emmett forgets that he doesn't have Varia after skipping that Varia and damages down to 3 E-tanks, he's still got 3 reserve tanks.
That's true, yeah.
So the math just works out that you have 6 regardless of how you do it.
Yeah, he would need to get triple hit by a catch-up like twice. Which would be very difficult to do even on purpose with full beam here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give him an ideas. Yeah, he's got to find some new ways to throw.
At least he's not throwing as badly as the Patriots did last night. Am I right, chat?
Oh yeah, guess the escape timer. Guess. Yep, I'm sure you all guessed.
Yeah, the guess has definitely happened.
Mm-hmm.
We were memeing too much on the E-tanks.
At 150, that's definitely longer than I thought it would be. And Emmett is not going the right way here. Okay, he does see it, or he did not see it, unfortunately.
Yeah, he only dropped back down to...
Oh,
now he sees it, yeah.
Alright, he's gonna take the reset.
Yeah. Not a bad call.
Well, now we can say Emmett's, he's a little fortunate that his opponent had some mistakes, but it's okay, a win's a win.
Chat, as you know from previous commentary, I have birds, and they have taken over my hands. I can't use my hands anymore.
Oh no.
Send help.
Yeah, well, we can be happy for Emmett. Emmett is definitely, losing it inside right now. He cannot be feeling good after that.
Mm-hmm.
But we can be happy for him that he will take this, because that would be a pretty painful way to lose. At least, I guess the Ridley deaths suck. But they were, relatively early into the seed, right? All things considered. but there's nothing worse than like failing an escape and just knowing it's just raw time loss, you know? Yeah, I'm gonna check again here, just all the way up. All right, and Poff does make it to Mother Brain, which is impressive with 3 Ridley deaths, I think it was. Maybe only 2, and he got a 3rd try. But yeah, still pretty close here. Poff, both runners played very well this seed. And yeah, GG's to imyt. 49-41 official time for imyt. Well done.
Path is going to forfeit instead of fighting Mother Brain. I totally agree with that. Just move on to the next race. Shake this one off. Get it down.
Anyway, congrats to the Seattle Seahawks. Congrats to his beardness and all you Seahawks fans out there. This is going to be a good one here for all you Path and imyt fans. And quite frankly, for all of you that are just Super Metroid fans, this one's going to be a banger. Nitro, pretty interesting picks and bans as well.
Yeah. Space and Wave. imyt picking Wave, Poff picking Space. We saw Poff ban high jump boots, and imyt banned X-ray, I believe.
Yes, so it was imyt banning X-ray and Path banning high jump, or vetoes rather. But Wave and Space Jump, I really think is going to make for a very interesting early game here.
Yeah, for sure. Space Jump lets you go pretty much everywhere immediately, you know, a lot of rooms that you otherwise couldn't traverse. Wave, not as much like immediate utility unless there happens to be a wave gate that it wants to put in logic. But really with these 2 items, it's just 2 like nice convenient items that like really speed up a lot of early game movement. So will be interesting to see how we go here. And right off the bat, the seed is starting very similar to the last seed, with Business Center and water surrounding them.
Hello, Grapple Beam. And imyt taking a very quick reset as well.
Yeah, imyt maybe thinking he can sack for the map here. I didn't quite see where it was, but I imagine imyt is thinking it could be reachable if he's going for this. And yes, indeed it is. So it's a pretty good play for imyt.
Yep.
He unfortunately
he's gonna see that major. Okay,
yeah, he's unfortunately
this is what I
getting
meant by
a
very
little punished.
interesting. This is what I meant by very interesting. That Space Jump opens up the Indiana Jones tank. And you notice how just a lot of the rooms are bigger. So again, that Space Jump gonna make things really spicy. And Path finds everyone's favorite DLC mini boss, Force Bomb.
Yeah,
Any
not an
Spospo fans in
objective
chat?
this time around.
Any Spospo fans in chat?
And interestingly, I mean, this makes sense for Poff. Poff is just going to check the store first, and this will be the new zone.
Yep. And Path isn't even worried about it. This is going to prove to be crucial for him. Because the only major we saw in Criteria was that grapple.
Yeah, so Poff just sort of following the logic here, which makes perfect sense, whereas imyt more prioritizing trying to get the map early. And it is working out better for Path because everything is just on the path you want to take. Including this missile here.
That was the major. Okay. Is this even randomized?
Oh yeah, that is vanilla, isn't it?
It is
Wreck ship
vanilla.
map looks not very achievable at the moment. Yeah, still no morph. Can't save.
To quote Oates, is this even randomized? You're welcome, chat. Oh, hello, Croc. Oh, that's interesting. You can't get the Croc because there's no morph yet. Speaking of Oates, Nitro, the winner of this best of 3, is going to go on to face Oates in round number 5 of the gold lower bracket.
Yes. Yeah, and whoever that is, I mean, that is sure to be an incredible match, whether it's Path or Imit.
I'm not gonna lie, when you first said that, my mind went to this Who's Oats and Goats, and I'm like, well, you know, he's this new, young, up-and-coming Super Metroid player. I hear he might have had a world record, you know, back in the day.
Yeah, he may have had a world record in any percent, but Map Rando, I mean, it's a different world, you know. Oats is great, but, you know, right now he's fighting for 13th place.
Right, so for those who maybe haven't had a chance to take a look yet about just anything in like the Discord and how this works. Nice orb! Unfortunately, Path can't get up with it.
Oh no, yeah, not
and
quite.
That's a 4.5 minute reset.
That is
Path
really
never
rough.
saved.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there was a save he could have taken, unfortunately.
Oh, there was a save. Oh, no, it was Morph Ball blocked.
Yeah, the save in Parlor, they couldn't get to, unfortunately. And Emmett also cannot get this E-Tank either. You need more for this as well.
No, yeah, you can't get through there. That's right. That's speed blocks. So, anyway, speaking of just format-wise, we're in round number 4, the gold lower bracket. Or gold bracket, lower bracket. And how this works is very simple. Whoever loses in rounds 3 through 6 of the gold bracket, lower bracket will be placed in the silver bracket. If you make it to round 7 and beyond, congratulations, you've made top 8 in the gold bracket. Copper bracket's full. Bronze bracket's full. We still need our silver bracket competitors.
Yeah, so the copper and bronze bracket are for the players who lose in, or who are eliminated in the first round and the second round. And then the silver bracket is a big bracket of everybody else who doesn't make top 8 in the gold bracket, which means that the silver bracket is gonna be very, very stacked with a lot of big names. Because so only 8 people can be top 8. It sounds crazy, but it's true.
And you know, Nitro, the reason we haven't seen as many races this past week is because all of us admins decided, you know what? What we really need to do is we need to sync up these brackets. Because we just had people already playing the coppers and the bronze. It's like, okay, timeout. We need to get the gold bracket synced. We need the silver bracket to start. So we're trying to space things out over this last week to sync up everything. And so you all will see plenty more copper, bronze, and upcoming silver bracket action and a continuation to the gold bracket stuff as well. So do not worry. Do not worry. We wanted to sync it up.
Yeah, meanwhile, this early game is being very not friendly to these runners.
Yep, this early game looks about as fun as Divine and I have been playing some of the basic tricky seeds that we'll be showcasing tomorrow night. 8 p.m. Eastern right here on SpeedGaming. We just have no idea what channel yet. Some of these are absolutely brutal. And you know what, Nitro? It doesn't really matter, I feel like, what logic settings you put in. Because what we've seen is just how brutal any map can be. I mean, you see this one, it's grapple, and then to a very double-heated room morph. And it's absolutely brutal the way some of these can do. Again, some of the practice seeds that I've been running and Divine's running, there have been some very brutal one-way starts. It's like, okay, you got to find this item, and then you got to go halfway across the starting room just to get your missiles or your first tank to go back and pick up your missiles. And it's a very back-and-forth ping-pongy. And that's another mental aspect that is, okay, Path knows he lost a close game 1. So what's his mentality heading into game number 2?
Yeah, that's certainly interesting.
Logic, risk it for the biscuit. There's a lot of things that, you know, just play into that.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if Path adjusts how he wants to play or not. Because in the first seed, he played very aggressive. and it sort of backfired in a lot of ways for him. Not
Correct.
just in the Ridley fight, but just like little time losses here and there from the aggressive plays not working out. So I wonder if he does want to play more safe now, but that's also hard. You're down a game, right? Like you feel like you need to go all out even more now when you're down a game.
Yep. Now, Path doing exactly what I thought he should be doing is he's going for this farm room. Go get your morph, and then you have enough energy to escape the farm room. And that reserve tank, I believe, is the logic the Seed wanted the racers to do to get morph.
Yeah, and that is really brutal, having to go all the way back for that.
Because, folks, if you noticed, when Path was leaving morph room, he had around 30-some-odd energy. 30-some-odd energy is not enough to cross the top there. Even if you speed space through across, it takes about 40 to 50 energy. So, very, very tough early on here. But I got a funny feeling once the racers make it to Meridia, this is going to open up in a big way.
Yeah, imyt once again just like really struggling with the lack of morph here. So despite the huge death, just because Path had that knowledge of what he needed to do, he's made it all back and is in the lead again. imyt really struggling to see what he needs to do here in this seed.
I don't blame him. This is, of all the seeds I've commentated so far in this tournament, Nitro, and I feel like I'm saying this too often, this is one of the worst I've seen.
It is, yeah. What I like to say, it's daily worst seed ever. It seems every day in Map Rando.
Daily worst seed ever. Divine, if you're watching, can we not roll one of these crap seeds tomorrow, please? Oops, did I say that out loud? Not a bad word, chat, not a swear. Why is Aussie catching strays? He's not the only developer. Oh, jeez. And Path runs into Cack Alley. Oh,
yeah, even with morph here, there's actually not that much more we can do. It looks like it might just have to be through Spore Spawn. 5 missile Spore Spawn after all this is a little bit of a cruel joke from the seed, if that is what we have to do.
Did Deer Force have a hand in rolling this seed to just go through Spore Spawn the way they intended? Anyway, chat, let's get the housekeeping out of the way with. Exclamation point R to follow the racers. Exclamation point C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. Exclamation point SM map 26 to follow along with the tournament. In the tournament Discord, you can find everything related to the brackets, information, yada, yada, yada. Here are the upcoming games for the tournament. It's just tonight. It's Path imyt best of 3, and it's Dirt versus Techno Waffle over on SpeedGaming 4 right now. So, well, not right now, coming up here in a little bit. That's taking place at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow night, Divine and I are going to go in an exhibition admin match. Basic tricky settings. We can't wait to show off some of the spiciness that has never been shown in the tournament race before that we have picked. I can tell you it's going to be basic tricky with random objectives. We're going to do the same stuff that you've been seeing here in the tournament, but with a couple other spicy takes. And then, once these games are done tonight, everyone's going to be able to switch and start making their way to actually book out their matches. We got copper, bronze, silver. Those games are going to start being able to be rebooked out now that we actually have everyone along the same rate. Because, Nitro, we were kind of a couple rounds behind in the gold lower bracket. So we got everyone now synced up. And tomorrow onward, we're going to have all the brackets once again start scheduling their matches. So to follow along with the schedule, make sure you join the tournament Discord. Question, who's on commentary? Anthony and Sunry on commentary with Horse Girl Esports on tracking for that exhibition game. And this is more for you fans, like you asked for it, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and so meanwhile, Path, he tried to explore into T, and it was on main hall, so he could not make it very far with his one reserve, and so he reset all the way back here to wreck ship. And Morph did let him get charged blindly here, which of course opens Croc. So here we
Yep.
are.
Now, Path, there may be a bunch of newer viewers that may not understand why Charge Beam unlocks Croc. So, for those of you that might be newer and just hanging out watching some speed racing, the reason for this is because Croc can get damage with charge shots, missiles, or super missiles. Can get damage with all three. Croc will go backwards for every single one of them, but Charge Beam logically opens up Croc. Doesn't matter what the heck, it could be just a regular charge P-shot, charge plus any beam combo. Literally allows for the seed to say Croc's in logic, and in this case, Nitro, bombs have been acquired.
Yep, and just at the same time, Emmett does finally get his morph. So if Emmett can like immediately find this charge and do Croc, he can make up so much time. Because Path went back and ran around and explored a bunch of stuff. That was all just nothing.
Absolutely.
So Emmett could really get right back into this here, and I think he will.
Notice how Path is just loving that one save station that he's found so far.
Yeah, you gotta, every save you can get, you gotta take it. Especially like 0 + 1, you're dead in every room. You need, you need all the saves. Okay, so Emmett actually is going back here. So not going to get his charging bombs right away. He looks like he knows where he's going somewhere. Oh yeah, he wants to see tank. This makes perfect sense. He knew that this was here.
Good job as well, making sure you're keeping that. You only have 5 missiles so far, so keeping that set. Oh, Path. So, Croc's Speed Booster Highway here takes
Oof.
almost 2 full tanks to get through. And you're
Ooh.
rewarded with power bombs.
Yeah, I cannot keep that though.
Nope, so nice revert from Path.
Okay, Emmett also gets some super missiles down here in Criteria. Path still at this point has not gotten the C map yet. We saw Emmett grab that, you know, a minute into the seed, just dove it right away. Whereas Path is still blind in Criteria. He should be going back for that now, I expect.
The question is going to be very simple. Can Path force Game 3?
Yeah, we'll have to see. This seat is wide open at this point.
Correct. Path needs to be able to force Game 3 here. If not, Emmett's going to 2-0 and kick Path to the silver bracket. Emmett, none of us can hear you on commentary and or in chat. I have no idea what he said. Maybe he was just telling Nitro how great he is, which I agree. Nitro is pretty great.
Yeah, I think that's what he was saying for sure.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I think he might have been saying that he's diving spore spawn.
Listen, I dropped my gain. I lowered Nitro's volume down. My volume's at 65. It's not my fault. SpeedGaming just loves hearing our voices. A cat clearly missed my initial food talk. Oh, is that what he said? Well, okay. Throwing the peace sign when he's vibing. Love it.
Alright, so fortunately for Path, he will manage to at least blind these supers. He has lost quite a bit of time just to not having the C map. So Emmett is,
He's blinded everything correctly so far!
yeah.
Path, please.
So it's hard to say Emmett is in the lead yet. Okay, well now, certainly not. You need power bombs here. That is unfortunate. Yeah, they have similar levels of progress, but yeah, Path ahead, the bombs in charge. whereas Imit has Spore Spawn dead.
Also, big shoutouts to Sinith for hopping in and covering comms on Game 1 for those of you that missed it. I apologize to all of you fans out there that I completely forgot about this best of 3 tonight. And yeah, so thank you, Sinith, for stepping in Game 1. Because I was cooking dinner and was not looking at my phone. Alright, Path.
Yes.
Okay, Path, executing some auto-logic grapple jumps.
Nice. So it looks like this super door here should be the way forward, but Imit is still missing, or no, it's not at all. There's something else back in criteria that we can do. They do have a second tank now. Having the second tank, I don't actually know the health logic for LN main hall. It's possible that 2 tanks lets them go up the elevator in logic. It probably does, so that could be the way forward.
I love how chat's just giving me a bunch of crap for the Patriots losing in the Super Bowl. Listen, we made the Super Bowl during a rebuild. I am not complaining. It was all gravy. Again, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks, and especially Sam Darnold for finally emerging as a good quarterback.
Yeah, I saw some discussion in chat about the X in Croc Escape that's on the C map. I want to say they saw it and it was supers.
Yeah.
So they know it's not power bombs at least. Though, you know, there's still, of course, reason to want to grab it.
Cat, I agree. When we trade for Justin Jefferson or A.J. Brown in the offseason, we will win again because we have no elite wide receiver right now. We don't even have a great wide receiver right now. We don't have an offensive line!
Yeah, Emmett tried very hard to keep those power bombs at the speedway there, but yeah, just could not quite make that.
Emmett at all. I mean, they're the first, power bombs we've seen this year. I can't say first explosives, because the game does seem like it wants the racers to get those bombs.
Oh yeah, it seems he may not have saved.
Oh dear.
Which means he'll have to kill Spore Spawn again, potentially.
Oh boy.
Okay, yeah, so Path is heading back this way towards LN Main Hall with the second tank now. I think this should be the way to go.
The start to this seed is as bad as the Patriots' offensive line played during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we're already 21 minutes in. This is
oh my gosh! A powerbomb door. What is this?
That's really unfortunate.
And that's another sack by the seed.
Oh, we have a third tank here. Okay. So with this third tank, that changes things. Yeah, this third tank means they should be able to get that powerbomb now. So, yeah, we get the powerbomb, the faraway powerbomb, then kill Spore Spawn, and go into Big Pink. And that should be the way forward here. It's possible Path can do other things. Oh no.
Chat, wake Nitro and I. Nitro, you want to go out and grab a drink or something while these racers just apparently figure out how to start this seed? Because, again,
yeah, we probably have time.
With how bad the Patriots' offensive line played last, this seed could probably get a sack on Drake May against just how bad they were last night. Anyway, all crap aside, my Patriots, they'll do better. I think Campbell kicks in the left guard, but there'll be some football talk on my channel eventually too, and how I will fix the Patriots this offseason. Patriots, I'm still available to hire to be an actual general manager. Anyway.
Yeah, so Emmett is, if Emmett can get these power bombs, he is in a good spot. I would hesitate to say he's just in the lead yet, because he is missing the charge. Which
so let's just recap. So charge and bombs are clearly where the seed wants them to go. Yet the seed doesn't care about the racers' feelings because they've sent poor Path back on 3 reverts already.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because Emmett knowing where Big Pink is means he's going to just go straight back there. So he's probably going to just miss this charge. I didn't quite see what path Path took to get to that charge. It
That's
should
not
be pretty
confusing at all
close
to
here,
say.
though. Yeah, the path. The path.
The path, and the path, and the blah, 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 blah. Anyway. So Emmett
Yeah, so he
barely
does get
able
out.
to escape with those power bombs. But again, Emmett still doesn't have charge. He still doesn't have bombs. And so far, we've seen Lower Norfair elevator room. Under the elevator, we've seen power bomb door. We've seen speed booster lock. And it's quite possible that Emmett could take the lead here, Nitro, solely based on those power bombs, because we've seen 2 crucial power bomb doors. But Paf's got some Torian information coming up.
Yeah, Puff could just find other power bombs here. We'll see. Like, that could be power bombs right above him. This could swing back in Puff's favor pretty quick.
Look at the majors. There's at least 2 majors here, but not 1 boss. So we are potentially looking, because we've seen 3 areas already, and there's still 3 to go, that we could see 1 area loaded with about 3 bosses, which we've seen in Map Rando before. Heck, we've seen Map Rando racers where it's 1 boss into the next boss into the next boss. So,
for sure,
yeah.
Yeah, Emmett will for sure just be skipping all of this, though. Oh, that's
There it is.
Speed.
Oh, that's massive.
That's
the
huge.
Cora. That's the Cora room to get into Brinstar.
Yeah, that is absolutely massive.
Path needs to be
for
really
Path.
careful here. Path's been grabbed by the Metroids and just
He's okay.
able
He's
to
okay.
escape.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you're in screw attack during the door transition, you won't take any damage.
So let's see if you're right and see if these are PBs here. I still think the first logical PBs are the ones that Emmett got.
For sure,
Both
yeah.
racers have seen them. No, it's just
No.
supers. So now Path is still stuck.
Yeah, so that is unfortunate, but it could be a very long time before Emmett gets back to the speed booster if it's required. So he will still have that advantage. And Puff still hasn't gotten the C map, which is crazy to me.
Now, that's a good point from Change in chat. Speed gets you those power bombs. Speed gets you, instead of about 2 tanks of damage, about 1 tank of damage, and okay, Emmett. High jump.
High jump, that's big as well.
So that's a second way into Brinstar above Spospo. Emmett almost just ran and headbutted the crap. And Wanderer, to answer your question, I haven't been trading enough yet. There will be a lot of trading sessions happening tonight and tomorrow before the race. I think Emmett's got the logical PBs. I think Path's going the logical way. This is a really weird seed.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, so Path, or Emmett with like the positional advantage, Path with the big, collection advantage here. Charge and speed. And I think we'll probably see Path just fight Spore Spawn first and then get locked out and be forced back to Wreck Ship. I'm not sure. Does anybody remember if Path saw the decor room or if that was just Emmett?
It was just Emmett, but Path was the first one to find those PBs. And that was at 4.5 minutes in, if I remember correctly. Oh no, wait a minute. Was it at 4.5 in? Yeah, I think it was at 4.5 minutes in when he had to do the full reset back. So I think Path's like, okay, I've got bombs, but I've now seen 1 power bomb door and a lot of other stuff. So we're gonna see it. Oh look, Emmett's found Fantoon. He wants to play with the space elephant. Hello, space elephant. Get your guesses. Oh, not too late. It was fast, in case you all didn't realize that. I got you, chat.
Okay, so good for Path is that he's not going straight to Decora.
Nope.
He might just want to save first, actually. Because this is my worry for Path, is because he knows Decora is there, he might miss these power bombs still. No. No. You're right.
I think he could pause abuse enough to get those power bombs too if he's on full health plus the reserve.
I mean, he's thinking.
He's farming. He's farming.
Yeah, he does want to just go up here. Yeah, I'm actually... Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. There's Decorah.
He definitely should...
Bryn, it was Wreck Ship. Oh my goodness.
Okay, we see Kraid, Ridley,
I told you! I told
majors.
you we're gonna find something with, what, at least 3 bosses. I just had a feeling. And it's Bryn. It's Bryn. Dragon decided he didn't want to hang out with his friends.
Oh,
It's
and
okay.
Paf, yeah, this just connects, so Paf gets to skip Sports Spawn. While, but yeah, unfortunately, just not picking up the power bombs first is really not great for Paf.
No. They're the only power bombs we've seen this seed so far. But Paf is going to be able to get that E-Tank. And this is going to be pretty interesting because, again, we know how big Bryn is.
Yeah, he does have
there was
bombs.
there's a good chance he's going to be able to find power bombs somewhere here in Bryn.
There's a decent chance he'll be able to. Well, let's see if we can see any.
No, imyt is not speed locked that we could see so far. Wait. Did someone find Plasma Beam? Oh, nope, someone found Spacer. And? Best Beam! Let's go. Plasma Beam has been acquired. Man,
that would go nice with the charge that Paf already has.
That's exactly what I was just saying. It's like, it would have been nice if he had that charge beam. He'd have a 750 damage beam.
Yeah, looking at imyt's map here, unfortunately, I think all of the X's need power bombs, it looks like. So Paf is unfortunately not in a great spot.
But you know what isn't a great spot, though? Our amazing fans, because they can go follow these runners by using !R in the Twitch chat. I mean, the fans are winning. They get to watch this best of 3 between 2 very evenly matched runners.
Yeah, I wonder what imyt's going for here. That save is kind of interesting. Oh, yeah, also this wreck ship entrance does also mean that imyt can circumvent the speed lock as well.
Paf just stared at those PBs. I think he probably forgot about them. Oh,
yeah, I think so. I think so too.
PBs behind the PBs.
Of course.
imyt doesn't have charge beam, and he'd have the best beam combo in the game. This is so bad for both racers.
Yeah, they're sort of just on opposite problems here. Yeah, but I do agree. I think Paf just, in the, you know, the scrambledness of this early game, just forgot that he saw the power bombs, because you really do want, you like, it's hard to argue against just grabbing them first, if you know they're there.
Don't disagree. This was anybody's game.
Yeah, for sure. There could be another speed lock in the future, in which case now imyt's the one who's screwed. And imyt needs to find ammo as well, because the further we get away here is the further back he's getting from charge.
Actually correct. Now imyt just taking a peek here into Norfair. More supers. That's good to see for imyt.
more random items. We're just gonna be checking everything along the way here, especially when you have Ridley known. Oh, and just more free supers because ammo is just always free in these seeds.
All right, chat, say it with me for Emmett. The luck on this guy.
And all things considered, like, oh, Varia, that's...
The luck on this guy! What is
certainly
happening?
Very nice. Yeah, but while this looks great for Emmett, all things considered right now, Path is pretty close to getting back into this.
I'm sorry, that's just funny. From one super pack to the next super pack, all blinded into blinding into Varia. What is happening?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually think Path is, like, he's still positionally behind a decent bit. He has to kill Fantoon still and, you know, collect these items once he sees them, but he'll have a pretty big advantage once he gets Varia because Path can turn around immediately. He knows all of the zones down past Ridley are dead ends, right? So he can just kill Ridley and move on. Whereas Emmett cannot do that yet.
Oh, an X-ray visor for Emmett.
Okay,
Even
Baron.
better. Oh, he reverted. He reverted.
Baron and Chad pointing out something that is really important is that Path, despite everything, still never grabbed the criteria map. So, unfortunately,
If Emmett
he
can blind into stuff, so can Path.
He might have to go all the way back anyway.
Everyone say bye, Fantoon. Bye, Fantoon. You bleep. No, I can't. Let's go. Path's gonna see this Brinstar map and he's gonna end up being very happy. Because here's the deal, Nitro. He can kill Kraid with no problem. You know that Spacer Plasma at West Ocean? We know Ice Beam's here as well. Path can have full beam combo. All he's gonna need is that Varia suit, and he can kill Ridley way before Emmett. And that could be the difference in this entire game, is one Ridley kill. You could say Path could be looking for redemption from game one.
Yeah, so it looks like... So Emmett is on his way back here, so it looks like he did get locked out by something, or he just wants to come back and try to kill Ridley. He doesn't really have the resources to do this yet. So I'm not sure what his plan is. We'll have to see where Emmett goes. He could just be working his way back to Rex Ship. And in which case, once he gets Rex Ship map, he'll see those majors and get charge. Oh, he needed ice to go up Main Street? Yeah, I did see that there was Main Street. Yeah, I guess he... That's a crazy play, though. I don't think he would do that. I mean, because this is so much time. If your plan is come all the way back to get ice, then go back to Main Street. I can't imagine that's what Emmett wants to do. Like, not... I mean, maybe, like, he is up a game. Maybe he thinks he has that time to lose, but that seems crazy from Emmett. So I think he will go to Rex Ship here.
Path is staring at that map going, where do I go?
Oh, yeah, and to be clear, the reason I'm saying that is because Emmett is very capable of underwater wall jumping, so you do not need ice to do Main Street. If it was just ice locking him out, he could have done it. if he, really needed to. So yeah, back in direct ship for Imit. This makes sense to me. Ooh, the question is, will Imit fight Croc? I think Imit will, just because Imit likes to get all the majors, which is fair. It won't be that much time with Charge
Imit
Plasma.
going for 100%?
Of course.
Love it. You'd love to see it.
Yeah, I think after... Oh yeah, he cannot get down here quickly because of... Oh, he can actually, yeah. He can take this wraparound with the Spore Spawn drop down. He got stuck a little bit because of lack of speed. He couldn't go down the easy way to Korra. But there is another way around, just a bit slower.
Oh, this is spicy.
Yeah, I would bet that once Imit gets charged, he'll just do Croc immediately without really thinking too much about it.
Would make sense. Imit thinks it's gotta be, like, he hasn't gotten any of the missiles. He just passed 10 missiles.
Yeah, with all these majors here, you're just playing for charge at this point.
There they are. Very tight game. If Path can get his way over to Norfair, if he can knock out that Varia suit, still has an opportunity to take this game. But right now, Imit's in the lead, and Imit has the best beam combo. 900 damage is the best you can get outside a Hyper Beam. Imit is going to most likely head for Ridley. And there it is. Path now with the best beam combo as well. Problem for Path, he doesn't have Aria. He doesn't have the energy to beat Ridley with this. 10 supers versus Imit's 15.
Yeah, and Imit did decide to skip Croc, which is very good for him, of course.
Yep.
And yeah, Croc was just bombs.
Into bombs.
Yeah, so well recognized there from Imit that is not worth going for. Yeah, it's definitely correct. Like, if you are thinking about the early game logic, like, you should know that that's not really going to be anything.
Fans, if you're enjoying this best of 3, drop some thumbs up in the chat. And follow these racers using !R in the chat as well. !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. And if you want to follow along with the tournament, that's !Map26. !SM Map26 in the chat.
Yeah, apparently Puff just has skipped all the maps so far. He didn't actually get W map when he came up here the first time. He just blinded straight into B. So we're still so we just got this map and still no C map either. Yeah, now Imit will clean up Ridley. And the question now for Imit is pretty much, do you go back to Norfair to continue up Main Street, or do you want to go back down to go to those other zones and criteria? It's probably about 50-50 for Imit. I'm not sure what he'll do.
It's Meridia or Norfair. I'd go right for Norfair because you have the connector right here in Bryn, and you don't have to go all the way back to criteria.
Yeah, I'm not sure. N should be better, but at the same time, like, it's Main Street, and like Main Street is slow. So like, if you can try to avoid it, that could be very beneficial.
Nice Ridley
But
fight.
ultimately, it's just going to come down to which zone has Mother Brain.
Yep. We might have
whichever
to visit
decision.
both zones.
Right,
We don't even have ship info yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and whatever decision you make in the moment, it ultimately will not matter. It just comes down to the 50-50 on Mother Brain. And he is going back up towards Zen, which is a good play. It also depends on, I have no idea where the Norfair map is. If the end map is close to Main Street, then this should be a like clearly better play.
You know what's best case scenario for us, Nitro? Is
What's that?
we get ship in one of the other two sectors and Mother Brain and Dragon in the other, and this becomes an over 3-minute escape.
Yeah, if the ship is in Meridia, that would be pretty very, very long. Yeah, Papa's eyeing that Meridia. He doesn't have Varia though. Yeah, Imit. Yeah, no good save for Imit either. So yeah, this could really go either way still. Like Paf is definitely behind
No,
still.
too
He
far
needs
away.
to go. He
Emmett's
needs to go
trying
get Varia.
Yeah, he's trying to UWJ here, underwater wall jump.
Yes, there was a very far away T major.
Looking in for the down grab. Oh, just got it.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just got it.
That's very nice for a bit, but what we're seeing for Paf here is he's going for this extremely far away major in Torian. Or no, he's not. He's going to Meridian.
Nitro, be right back. I just gotta go use the restroom. Be right back.
Okay, yeah, so this is interesting. Yeah, I didn't see this at all. There's a Meridia entrance in Torian. That's what Paf was going for, which makes way more sense. And yeah, this could get very interesting now then. And yeah, the map is close to this entrance too. That's pretty huge. Oh no! Oh my god, you just have to do this. You just have to ride this, right? You don't have another choice. This is a horrible situation, but yeah, Pav has really no option here. That is an incredible sequence of rooms there. Pav, you know Pav is slamming the desk if he can right now. He is not happy about this. Because you could still be dead. He could still straight up just be dead here if the next room is heated and there's no tank here. He's gonna check the door first. Okay, he's fine. Yeah. There may not have been a combination of rooms that could kill him. Like the only one I can think of is like Chronic Boost, but they've probably already seen that. So potentially that was safe. And there's Ship. And Mother Brain. Oh, Ship and Mother Brain. Okay, that's no good. And oh yeah, Dragon. That's fairly disastrous for Paf. Dragon so far away at Norfair. It's pretty hard to imagine a world where Paf can do much of anything here now, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just how it goes in map rando sometimes. You know, it just comes down to a little 50-50. But this is so far, like, Emmett is still, like, we're not that close to finishing the seed for Emmett. He's still got a decently long ways to go just because of how far away, how much traversal there is. Was M closer than N from B? Not really. I would say definitely not. If you're at the bottom of B, it's, like, a little better, but N is pretty much always going to be closer. Yeah, the big problem for PAF was leaving behind criteria map, which made that was the real decider. For PAF, it wasn't M map, it was C map versus N, in which in that case, yeah, the C map was decently close. But no, yeah, this was definitely a very interesting seed. I mean, huge struggles from both players at different points. But yeah, in the end, it sort of all just comes down to one area 50-50. Yeah, I do think if we want to like attribute one thing to the seed, it is imyt sacking for that criteria map at the very beginning of the seed did pay off massively in the long run. PAF did get grav, which actually helps a lot with his getting back here. It's not going to be enough, of course, unfortunately, but this does let him be a bit more competitive here. Oh yeah, PAF is in a bad spot in terms of health here. Yeah, it seems terrible, but in PAF's position here, I think he was actually better off just killing Spore Spawn with full beam here and going up that way. Because going around in wreck ship is really quite slow. Alright, imyt gets the grab jump out. Yeah, decided to just turn his high jump off to make that jump a little easier. Yeah, PAF is going to make up a lot of ground here with, you know, full movement and gravity here. Oh, PAF sees the Varia. He knows he wants that. Can he actually get Varia from this side, though? I'm not sure. It looks like the answer is no. So yeah, imyt blinding that Varia up here, that was also pretty important. Yeah, that's a pretty troll location there. Yeah, because it's just going to keep going up and up. And you're just going to be thinking about that Varia the whole time. Oh, this is the win condition? No. He got it. Yeah, that E-Tank is pretty sick. I mean, other things that could happen. So he's never gone to Torian at all, from what I believe. So I imagine he just goes to Torian first. Like, I was thinking, like, he could try to go to M from the bottom and then have struggles in Lava Dive. That could happen. But if he goes to T first, it should be pretty easy. Yeah, and T should be way closer, so I can't imagine anything else will happen. Yeah, certainly a really cool seed, though, and a very interesting race. They were doing, like, completely different things for the first, like, 30 minutes of this seed. And it was very unclear for a long time which one was actually going to turn out better. Yeah, Paf almost certainly feeling absolutely sick seeing that Dragon location. Knowing that you did everything else in the seed, went as far away from that Dragon location as you can possibly go in this seed. All the way bottom to top. Yeah, so imyt in Torian here. This map was pretty close. I believe it was just up the elevator here. Yeah, imyt was also, there was no speed lock at any point, I don't believe. No hard speed lock, that is, at least. So the speed being a non-factor. Quick pauses from imyt. Knows what he needs to do. No, with it being... If it were just the one major, I could see imyt going for speed just to be safe, but with it being two, it's not really worth to even try the one.
All right, Nitro, I'm back. My apologies.
All good.
But you know what? I wanted to let everyone know that this is totally not one commentator sucking up to the other. Nitro would have been done with this seed 2 times over. I'm just saying.
Potentially. We could say probably. I mean, you never know. It's much easier. It's much easier to say what's correct when you're just watching. You never know what shambles you'll be in when you're actually in the seed. But yeah, what we saw
process
is
elimination. Meridia.
True. Yeah, imyt commanding lead now. imyt did win the 50-50. Mother Brain was down here in Meridia, and Paf was in shambles. So now imyt with a commanding lead, and Paf not that far behind, all things considered. Since he did get the gravity suit, he was able to make up a lot of time and movement. But yeah, imyt just too far ahead at this point.
Yeah, imyt is so cruising right now. His hands are up. He's stretching. He's having a drink of water. He puts the glass down. He just says, I don't know what else to do, chat. I got this. We're just going bowling. Yeah, we see basically commentary.
Basically required bowling here to get to this M map. Pav also had to do the same thing. It was much scarier for him, though, with Novaria. He was in a very tough situation.
I do see gravity was acquired.
Yes, gravity was down here in Meridia.
Man, what a spicy seed.
Absolutely.
Oh, look, chat. You know what time it is. Time for the escape timer guess. As here we go. Get your guesses in right now. You saw the ship. You saw Mother Brain. Get your guesses in the Twitch chat. What do you think the escape timer is going to be? Who's going to win the metaphorical cookie? besides Sinith, who already got one metaphorical cookie for commentating game 1. Nitro, I'm going to go with 40 seconds.
I honestly never got a good look at the route to the ship, but that's probably about right. I'll say like 50. It's probably plus or minus a minute. I'll say 55. 55, final answer.
There you go. All right, Mother Brain is defeated. And it's going to very carefully damage down. And there you go. Oh,
Ooh, that might be more even. Those rooms are really bad.
This is brutal. I thought it was drop down, go right. And there is Varia for Path. And if Path had a camera, probably wouldn't be too happy right now considering that Varia suit being right there. Here we go!
55.
And Nitro wins the metaphorical cookie. Who else won a metaphorical cookie? Let's see. We got Brad. Any? Magus. Lizard. Few 55-second guesses. Magishu won one. A lot of it, that's Cat Daddy MD. Very nice. Congratulations, everybody. Of course, Nitro with the 55-second guess. This map itself, very interesting to get back to the ship. You're going to go up and around. And now you're going to go hang out in Batoon Speed Hall. Out through Crab Hole. Oy vey. Yes, for those that are just wondering, when you get Hyper Beam, it unlocks every major. It's a quality of life option that we have in Map Rando, and that's it. Path, unfortunately, is sent to the silver bracket, and Emmett will take on his friend Oats and Goats in gold bracket, lower bracket, round 5. Emmett defeats Path 2-0.
Yeah, GG's Emmett and GG's Path.
GG's. That was fun. Oh, that was fun. La 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 la. Now we're just waiting for our racers to make their way on in for their post-game interview. While we're waiting for them to come on in again, quick piece of housekeeping. Derp versus Techno Waffle is happening right now on Speed Gaming 4. Tomorrow, Divine versus myself in a best-of-1 admin exhibition. And then we will have more matches scheduled once Derp and Techno Waffle finish up. We're going to get all the rest of the brackets reset, and they'll be able to resubmit matches. Welcome on in, Emmett. Congratulations and GG's on your 2-0 victory.
Thank you, thank you. I definitely feel slightly guilty about that second one. But, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to take 2-0. You know, I really wanted to fight Oats. I very well know that Path is, like, you know, the better runner, so I had to try making some plays. I don't know what was wrong with me that second seed, but I think I forgot I had morphed like 7 times. And then I was like, okay, can this just end, man? And that's why I went to Spore. And I was like, you know, I threw up my vibe check, the piece. That means I was vibe checking. I was like, I just need to do something weird and go to Spore. And seeing big paint, I think I'm understanding how the seed played out is somehow Poff must have made his way back to M or something after killing Fantoon, or I don't really know.
Sorta. So GG's first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that second seed was just a really disastrously rough early game. Like, there's no other way to put it.
For me, right? Not Poff.
No, you both had plenty of struggles. Like, let's put it this way. You got power bombs like over 10 minutes before Path did, I think.
What?
But that's not the full story though, because Path got
Dude, I was like
charge, and speed in Torian. Torian map
Speed and
information.
charge.
Yeah.
in Torian.
So Pop actually never did Sport Spawn at all. He circumvented
What
Sport
the
Spawn by
heck?
going up the core room.
Dude, we were
So-
not playing the
Yeah,
same
no,
speed.
it was
Speaking of-
wildly different for both of you.
There's the path.
Howdy, howdy.
Sup,
GGs.
Pap, GG's.
GG's Puff.
Dude, I'm hearing that. I'm so confused, man, because at the start, I kept reverting and I just felt I was just like doing such dumb things. I kept going down and then being like, oh, I don't have morph. And then I went to the next area, went all the way to the something. I was like, oh, I don't have morph. And I like didn't have HP and missiles to like go to the right. So I was like, went all the way back to the beginning of the farm. That's why I was like so miserable. And once I got that map where it was Ridley, I was like, okay, dude, like Pop needs to just end this one so we can go next, bro, please.
Yeah.
But it sounds like the seed allowed for like insane divergence is what Nitro is telling me.
Yeah. it
Yeah,
was
that
pretty
beginning
big.
was crazy. Sorry, go.
It was. No, all good. Yeah, no. So that like terrible back and forth you have to do, you pretty much have to do that. And you both did like struggle around for a bit at the start, but the seed kind of does just require you to go back for the one reserve at the start in order to get morph. Because like there's really not much else you can do at all. Like you just need that reserve to get
I'm
out.
wondering if I was absolutely full, couldn't I have made that when I saw the power bomb? Or because
for
I
the
kind of just
power
went in, like
bombs,
Rambo.
I don't know. With like good pause abuse and like you pump your life
Right.
out, you can probably
yeah, okay.
But yeah, it would have been very difficult. So at the start, so you both obviously had struggles. Like it's just a bad seed. That's
Yeah.
not your faults at all. So Path did see morph quite early actually, but then couldn't get out with it. Whereas so he actually like full restarted like 5 minutes into the seed back to nothing. Whereas you just like sort of did everything else and were also fumbling around a bit. But because Path had seen morph, he was able to like eventually get it earlier despite the full reset. So Path got to morph first, but and this is all that early game was like 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Eventually you went back for the third tank at Indiana Jones, and with that
I
third
did, or
tank
Puff did.
you did Emmett, and so
Yeah,
you
yeah, I
got
did.
the power bombs with that third tank, right?
Yep.
Whereas Poth didn't do that. He went into Torian. He went into Torian a few times because it's like heat and you die. But by doing that, he was able to get that map and then get speed, which
Oh,
let him
Wild.
like go up to Korra and
Mhm.
do other things, right? So it actually took Path quite a long time to get back to the power bombs.
Right.
Oh, I see.
That's insane.
So,
How we must have, dude. That's gonna be crazy to watch back because like we were, the paths we took were just so different. And in my head, I was like, dude, there's just no way Poff is fumbling. I just like had zero. I guess I just had zero faith that Poff had any struggles at the start. So I was already in like time to cheese. I was like went straight to Spore Spawn, which maybe ended up helping, even though it was power bomb locked. Seeing
It
Big
did,
Tank
yeah.
probably helped me, right?
So
Then it forced me on that path, maybe. I don't know.
it did, and that was good. And a big reason this happened, by the way, is even before all of this stuff at the start, the actual very beginning, as soon as you load into the seed, Emmett, you immediately fall down Everest and grab Criteria map.
Yeah.
Path did not do that, and Path actually
Oh.
didn't get the C map at all until like nearly
Yeah.
40 minutes into the seed.
Which is partly
that's
why I went to Meridia
crazy.
before Norfair,
Right.
because there's so
Wow.
many.
So-
Okay.
That was like a huge ripple in how the route worked out for the seed, is not having that criteria map information. So like Puff didn't.
That's brutal. I don't even know how you did it without the map. That's wild.
I don't know. A lot of logic, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
It just felt like, God, because I would have been so lost, I think, without the map. But yeah.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So when we get charged, right? You do Croc naturally.
When you get charged, see,
Okay, when I get-
we're not there. We're not there.
Okay,
yet, sorry.
apologies. I'm making some assumptions here. So I go to Croc,
You get it.
and it's bombs, and that is beyond confusing to me.
Yeah.
Because we have screw in space. What does bombs do? So
Right.
pre-ice gates in Turian is the only room I can think of to use bombs,
Mhm.
which is partly why I kept going back to Turian.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah,
for
so
reference,
Imit just
I
never
had
blinded
full beams, no speed before I found charge.
That's exciting.
So like that's how much different like our seeds must have played out. Oh my god. Yeah, that was kind of a wild one. Geez. I mean, it's pretty unfortunate that like Puff got sort of scammed, right? I mean, I guess if you go and because if you start and get progress, get speed, there's not really like a ton of incentive to go and reset the C map because I don't even think there was really a save like readily
saves were
nearby.
Yeah,
good.
So I think that was what's brutal. That's why I did it early, by the way.
No, I think that makes sense. I think it's smart.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a good play for sure.
Because I paused again and was like, maybe I can spike this map and went for it. And I was extremely happy to have spiked that map. Because it wasn't even that far. But like in the scheme of things, but I easily could have gotten stuck there. The first seed sounds like you were cooking, but had some issues with Ridley or something, Pop.
Yeah, so my first Ridley death, I lost my GT kill, which I don't think was that terrible, but it certainly wasn't good. And it
Did you
sounds
have
like
full
there
beam?
wasn't. Yeah, I had full beam.
Okay.
I think I was 4+3, and I
Yeah,
got
so-
hit trying to jump into his claws.
For
Unfortunately.
Ridley, you so that first seed was perfectly linear. You both played the exact same route. But Puff, you were a bit more aggressive with like item skips and stuff along the way,
Mhm.
right? Which I'm sure like you recognize that. I figured you were doing it intentionally, which made sense to me. So you had 2 less supers than Imit and 1 less tank, I believe. And I'm sure you know, like that fight was very doable, of course, and you are capable of it, and you did pull it off afterwards. But yeah, Imit. So you both did the same thing. You just immediately went into the fight, no save. And
Yeah,
but
there's no
Imit did
double
have
save.
much more comfortable resources with 20 supers. Like having 20 supers just makes that like so much simpler.
Yeah. I also felt like I had a ton of health because I think I did like a crystal flash or something and then refilled my resources, I think, before the fight. Because there's an ammo refill. I'm assuming Poff was ahead of me at Ridley
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puff was
by probably a good bit.
like about a minute or so ahead
Yep.
for most of the seed. Up until Ridley, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew because it was somewhat linear, like it could be relatively close, you know? That's why at the end, like I skipped Varia. I mean, I didn't need to, but I just, threw up my vibe check and skipped it. 'Cause I was like, man, I'm just assuming that Puff's literally like neck and neck. So when I went the wrong way on the escape and reloaded, I was like, I'm about to lose because
Oh,
of that.
yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that bad, Puff, like that much time in
The
reality,
escape's pretty
but
long though.
it was, but I was
Like
like
a 2-minute
I
timer or
went back up Red Tower was the issue. And that was like, not the way back. And I was like, uh-oh. And as soon as I did that, I was like, well, I deserve this loss if it happens now. So
Oh yeah, we all knew you were sweating in that
I was
escape.
sweating. I was pretty locked in. I was focused, I was trying to cook. But yeah, sometimes, following the map can lead astray the way you came. But yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I had like infinite resources for Ridley though, so it sounds like you had a much harder fight too, like on top, even though I know you can do it.
Yeah.
I had like 7+. I don't even know what I had. I had a lot.
Yeah, my first kill, I think I shot 6 extra missiles that I didn't need to. I think if I just jump, I don't get hit. But I was getting a
Supers,
little
you were
stressed.
shooting missiles?
I think I did 6 I think because I missed a super. I'm like, well, I could charge
Okay.
another charge shot, or I could just missile. But I didn't actually need to missile. I'm pretty sure he was dead.
Right.
But, I'm trying to make sure
Yeah.
that causes me to lose a little bit of time. And then when I go to jump into his claws, he flies away and
Yeah.
bonk.
Yep. I think
Oh,
the
well.
full beam is quicker than 6 shots if you had full beam.
Probably is, yeah.
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 That's rough, but GG's, and like I said, like Puff, sometimes the better player does not win, and here this is the scenario. So I'm gonna have to train hard, for Oats, and
Yeah, you got Oats coming up.
yep, I do. I pulled out a miracle today, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah. In any case, regardless of the outcome, you both played very well in these seeds. They were certainly not easy.
Outside the beginning, I guess, of the second seed, but yeah.
I could literally build a storyline around just Imit versus Oats. I could build a whole storyline around it.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, let's send it over to final thoughts. Path, we'll start with you, then we'll go to Imit, go to Nitro. I'll wrap things up and get us on out of here because I do want to get people over to Speed Gaming 4 to see Derp versus Techno Waffle, which is currently in progress.
Yeah, just thanks to all the volunteers. GG's Imit. Good luck against those.
Yep. Yeah, sort of my same final thoughts. Like, Pop's a really good runner, and you know, it had to take some small miracles for me to beat Pop here, I think, especially how it went. So, you know, GG's to Pop, and thanks to Nitro and WX fan for comment. I'm excited to watch it back later.
Yeah, GG's to both of you. Good luck against your future opponents. You're both still got a long run ahead of you, I'm sure. And yeah, thank you, WX and Horse Girl here.
GG's, guys.
All right, everybody. We
GG's,
want to
Pop.
say thank you to every single one of our racers. Thank you to Path. Thank you for Imit to Imit. Big shout outs on Imit's 2-0 victory over Path here. Again, big shout outs to Sinith who came in for game 1 for me. Big shout outs to Nitro. Horse Girl Esports did a great job as always. Nitro was a pleasure. And that's going to do it for us. We're heading over to Speed Gaming 4. Go there now. Derp versus Techno Waffle, currently in progress for Path and Imit. Nitro and Horse Girl Esports. I'm WX Fan 21 saying we'll see you next mission, and I'll see all of you for my Speed Gaming debut tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, when I take on Divine in our admin exhibition. Bye, everybody!